We're glad you're still here. You managed to stick it out. We have an idea that we can bring about a miracle exchange within our minds where the realization of the magnitude of who you really are will come to you. If you missed the first hour, fundamentally what we're offering is our certainty that the concept of yourself that you hold as a human being is simply not who you are. The dilemma that you have with it is this: since you are in objective association with a body identity, you cannot not live in the illusion that other bodies represent you as separate from yourself. You then aggregate in ideas of mutual intents to establish separate self-identities. There's billions of you. I want you to see this fundamentally with me. Most of you are now. All space-time could be is a replication of eternal creation. It's an idea that you can utilize potential to reproduce ranges of consciousness that justify existence within space-time. You're very successful at it. And you get the result of your own mind, which is what? Say death. Yes. The concept of the self that you hold at this moment, you're not going to like this particular, through a decision that you have made about yourself, or better, one that you have allowed the world to make about you, are binding you in the ridiculous idea that there's actually value in the conceptual association that they have with yourself. Listen, you are, as a conceptual mind, totally non-communicative. You're talking to yourself within your own dream. The people that appear to be out there are figments of your association within your own mind, placed out there to give you an identity. And they're successful at doing it because you want them to be. So you aggregate together in the particulars of the definition of yourself within a material sense of reality and believe that you are this. Okay, you listen to me now. That concept that is giving you a body identity, that association of energy form that constitutes what you think is a body, is at no single moment real at all, and you know it. And that's why you continue to attempt to hold it together within the arrangement of the formulation of yourself. Okay? This through Jesus. How is healing accomplished? I look with my mind to the power of love at the certainty that your body at any single moment is whole and perfect within the perspective of the truth of who you really are. See? That's how the miracle works, isn't it? Okay? The reassociation of your body based on the light of your own mind, the power of your own mind, the grace and love of your own mind that we are sharing assures us of the joy and happiness of a real purpose for being here, which is what? To escape our self-concept. But in the necessity to escape our self-concept, we're going to have to devalue the world in what we thought was the necessity to maintain it, to adhere to it, to justify it, to give ourselves an identity in it, with a simple admission that it's always over and gone anyway. And all of the circumstances that we formulate in evidences ourselves are actually always over. We're always kind of looking back in time, projecting it into the future, and living within that little range of consciousness. That's the concept that's beginning to change in you right here and right now. Can you see this with me? You're beginning to have an experience, all right, in the reassociation within your own mind of that certainty. Let's look together just for a moment at one of the procedures that will help you within your own mind to open a channel of light that will show you instantly a reorganization of your self-concept and therein change the world. Listen. The power of decision is my own. Listen. No one can suffer loss unless it be his own decision. No one suffers pain except his choice elects this state for him. No one can grieve, nor fear, nor think him sick unless these are the outcomes that he wants. And no one dies without his own consent. Nothing occurs but represents your wish, and nothing is omitted that you choose. Here is your world, complete in all details. Here is its whole reality to you, and it is only here that salvation is. So, what are we going to look at? The idea that you have the power within yourself to change your mind about who you are. Are you glad to hear that? Are you going to insist now that I give you the identity that you brought to me in the circumstances that we're representing to each other? Would it be all right with you if I showed you that when you came into this setting and you're watching this video now with me, maybe in the privacy of your own home, that the identity that you are holding of yourself is not really who you are, and I am within your conceptual association telling you that it's true that you are not who you thought you were. Now, you are defending yourself in your need to identify me based on the concepts of yourself that you're holding within this parameter of time. What I'm showing you is that time itself is not sequential. Are you listening? Wherever you are in this time and place is a perfect time for you to change your mind about who you are. Why? Since time is not sequential, why would you let the world predict for you the time in which you are going to be able to really step back for a moment and take a look about who you really are? The workbook of our Course in Miracles, Through the Mind of Jesus, offers us a continuing, ongoing contact with a solution, literally, not within this frame of time. And in that solution is the complete answer, here and now, at this time and place, of who we really are. So the concept of yourself that you're offering to me is being changed, okay, through your admission in a fundamental sense that you were unable to solve the problem. The moment that you admitted within your own self-concept that you didn't have the solution based on all of your determinations of previous identity, that solution was and is available to you. Perhaps that's a joy that you're experiencing right now. The identity that you have given yourself in this world in regard to who you have peopled the world with within your own imagination is not true. Can you see this with me? I had a promise with Jesus that I would do lesson 132, the workbook of A Course, where it says that I'm going to loose the world from all that I thought it was so I can enjoy the freedom of being who I really am without being bound by the perspective of what the world forces on me in the bondage of my self-identity.